was bad. This hero is no longer bad. This hero is... I don't know if it's OP territory. It might be approaching that, but it's just a good Dota hero. There's nothing wrong with him. He farms fast. He wins his lane. What more do you want from a carry? Like, he does his job. He hits Roche. He hits buildings. He does a lot of damage. Things are on the up for this hero.
Currently at a 55% win rate, but at least we're looking at the teams that have been playing this hero pretty much have been knocked out of the tournament so far.
So it's been winning.
Work out. But
I mean, if the teams that are losing are winning with it, then it must be winning somewhere.
But if they win occasionally.
I mean, this is going to be a hard game. If it is going to win, this is not the easiest game for it. We did watch one gyrocopter go flak level 1. I don't want to see that again. It can work. It's just very difficult. I feel like you just want to go rocket level 1 and actually apply pressure instead of doing this minor chip damage and getting your range creep denied. But we'll see what Sammy does. I'll judge him soon. My judgment is coming, depending on what he skills.
The judgment day is coming for either of these teams at least, but it is the upper bracket, so even with a loss, Wildcard, they're not out. They're still guaranteed top 6, but you're still looking at tying up this series and stretching it all the way to game number 3. Game 1 was close, but they just have to play another game of Dota after that.
You got rocket level 1.
Rocket level 1, okay.
Mm-hmm.
At least,
it's good.
Okay.
I would use it now, but it's fine.
The one thing I want to see, no rocket barrage. 0 points in rocket barrage.
You want to see 0?
I want to see 0.
Why?
I want to see stats. I want to see flat cannon.
Oh, you want just
rocket?
Full greed. Okay.
Greed or grief?
Well, I think in some games the rocket barrage can be good if you need to be a bit more active. And it does also give you slow resistance now, 50% at max level. So if you're playing versus slows, I would definitely consider leveling it. That's another reason why this hero has gotten a bit better. He's not as easily kited.
There's the vortex. There's the mana drain. Does Primal Beast have a slow?
No. I mean, yeah, the uproar technically.
Yeah, so that's 3 slows that they have in the team. Okay, maybe you could put maybe a value point or something. Still 20% can be useful. Nevertheless, looking at some of these lanes, how they're rolling out.
We're watching Layla's dying top.
Mids. Oh, Layla's dying top.
No, you don't want to see rocket
Yes,
barrage.
it is. Sammy Boy, rocket barrage. God damn it. Well, Sammy Boy does Sammy Boy things, so he'll get a kill with rocket barrage. I'll allow it this time. Gets first blood for the team.
I mean, I think if you get 1 point in rocket barrage, you might as well get 2. In my eyes.
Soon it's going to be 3. Tiger rolling in on Yamson, looking for another kill, and Wildcard already up with 2 on the board.
Things going well. I think the Wildcard has shown us that their laning stage is quite good, but they have not been able to deal with just Hector's farming speed. We'll see if they can this particular game. But that's a little bit too much in the future. Let's check out the mid lane. You know, let's RCY versus Gunner. Talk about this young superstar and what he can do. And what he is doing right now is dominating Gunner in the mid lane quite hard, as he has 13-6 to the 6-1 of Gunner. Of course, in this matchup, RCY has been favored both games, as we're going to get a replay of how this first blood did transpire. Lion trying to do some cheeky warding, de-warding, and then Sammy with a good rotation, deciding that he's just going to show up here and go ahead and just get the first blood for himself. Well worth it.
It surely is. Something about this Earth Spirit Darkseer lane, you know, like if you put the abbreviations together, you get DSS, and it's almost like a musical chord, DSUS. Or DSUS2 or DSUS4. It means sustained. Sus. It means sustained D, basically.
Suspicious to me.
It could sound suspicious to somebody, but there's something, you know, something musical about this lane. Already finding a kill. Maybe Taiga. Not going to be dropping this time. Does get stunned by Yamson. Yamson's got to get a couple free punches, a couple free blows on the face of Taiga. Down to 200. And you talked about the Sven actually having somewhat of a decent matchup here versus the Darkseer, because the cleave helps you out. Oh,
he's got the Iron Shell. Hector's in trouble.
He definitely is. Double iron soul damage coming in. Fairy Fire. Tango regenerates a bit faster, though. The distance broken there between the two.
Man, this mid lane's a beatdown. Poor Gunner. He's getting the business here, but he might get both runes, so that's good for him as RCY is completely out of reach and brings his boots. So getting 2 runes there, pretty big for RCY, and RCY is going to hightail it and miss a full wave here. I don't know if that's the play, right? But he does want to get that bounty rune eventually. Maybe get this wave and go pick it up.
This is where you need a support to die, so they can TP in mid.
Yeah, somebody go die, please.
Yeah, somebody please die fast.
Die fast. I wonder who did that glyph. Did Gunner do it? If so, he's like... Mid laners, you know, they do these glyphs that just try to tilt you.
Bottom lane, rolling on top of Hector. Hector, though, has to run the other way around with that war cry. Looks like they just don't have the movement speed to catch him.
And here comes Tony.
Here comes Tony.
He's thinking about it. No.
And there goes Tony.
Tony's going back mid. I mean, I thought he could have went bottom and just pressured K1, but he just wants to pressure Gunner some more.
Yeah, Hector having to force this fight versus Taiga the whole time. Not giving any rest. Constant rolling action. Well, let's see what RCY, when he really does start making those rotations, he already tried to make one happen.
Well, in 30 seconds, we'll see, potentially.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. The teeny tiny Tony.
Teeny tiny Tony going for the rune. Tried to make that rhyme, but I don't think I can rhyme anything with a rune that starts with a T.
Need more American accent for that. It's like Tawny. Don't know what accent that is, though. Probably failed with that. Anyway.
That's just a finish.
Supports are coming in. 5 seconds for the root. Oh, that's a lot of damage onto Gunner there by RCY. One more hit should do it into the arms of Husky. Hex comes out, but the stun does connect, and RCY just needs one more, but the coil comes out. And Lelis is really doing some work here, but the tree didn't even connect, and Gunner finds a double bounty for himself to refill with.
He probably would have died there, actually, with the minus armor from the bench, as Puck did. Yeah, he would have died. Tiny did like 137 damage. Minus the 4 armor, so he would have been in the negative with 90 HP, so that phase shift did save his life.
RCY, he's got that DD rune available. Maybe this time he'll not leave the job unfinished. Meanwhile, AA getting sniped in the bottom lane. That's the second time Jansen's gonna be dropping. Stormhammer to break Taiga's clarity.
I don't know who's going to win this series, but I'm fairly certain it's going to go 3 games. Just because it typically does, and these teams are very well matched. And off the back of that would be a really good Darkseer or Spirit performance. These guys are doing quite well right now. Darkseer soaring above in net worth. This is not how this lane is supposed to go. I think we saw K1 play this lane earlier against Sand King Gomez, and he was much more farmed on his Finn free farming, but he's playing against a bit tougher opponent, it does see, especially laning stage wise. And this Darkseer is free farming as bottom lane.
Oh, Hector. Here comes Sammy Boy as well to join in on the fight. This time the rocket will connect and the kill will be secured. Sunlight will get the final touch, topping net worth now as well as 4K. I was looking at a very interesting statistic here. So we've talked a lot about Sunlight's hero pool in the past. We'll get back to that in a second of the top lane as Sammy Boy actually gets returned the favor by Nouns. Return kill going their way. Moo, he's down a half HP. Does have pulverized mana available with the stick, but he wants Husky to get closer. However, he takes the portal back. But about Sunlight's hero pool. So we know that he's been playing some untraditional heroes from time to time. You know, we've seen the Treant Protector from him as a pause 3 multiple times. He's even had to play some of these mid heroes, Void Spirits, the Ember Spirits.
Oh, Hector.
He's only played one single game of Darkseer, and that was last year. And now it's off to a fantastic start. His second ever competitive Darkseer game. And now getting a second kill on Hector by the looks of it. Low on HP. Gunner trying to help out the situation. Hector still falls. Sunlight picks another kill for himself. Yamsen, Gunner has to walk away. And Taiga with the help of RCY. Here comes the Tiny. And RCY, he ain't that tiny. He's kind of huge already this early game.
Yeah, and you're saying off to a great start. The opposite of that would be Hector this game, having a horrible start.
2 games in a row.
Yeah, really not enjoying this one. He started last game 0-3, but this game he's 0-2. But Sven is not a hero like Terrorblade, where if you just keep farming, you're going to just probably, I'm not going to say win the game, but you're going to be in a position where you're a problem. In this particular game, yeah, he can keep farming and he'll be a problem. But you kind of want to always be ahead on Sven. The comeback mechanic on this hero, even though he does farm quickly, is not great, as Moo might be.
Okay, interesting battle here in the top lane. 3 versus 3. Moo's the one being targeted on, and he's actually the one to drop first. Unable to roll away. Maybe even Yamson dropping as well as Taiga does have to magnetize, and he's just going to continue dropping these remnants on top of him. He could get one more. And Husky, even with the wave of terror extras, and there's the tree lamp straight on top of his face.
I mean, how scary would that be? Just some tree comes flying at your face like that. No wonder that hurts. From downtown. But you were talking about Sammy Boy. You wanted to see stats. You wanted to see 0 points in Rocket Barrage. Well, you got 4 points in Rocket Barrage. He is full battle mode. And this is going to hurt his net worth as far as farming goes. But if he can hurt the enemy's net worth in return, it's worth it. And what I mean by that is you can either farm to make yourself massive net worth wise, or you can use your advantage to stop the enemy from farming. And you see him using the gates. Well, I guess meanwhile we'll watch.
And we also see Hector being surrounded. Not getting any chill. They found a weakness, and they're exploiting that weakness.
And it kind of shows you, like, Sammy's just using these gates over and over, but he will go down.
Yeah, he's also using his TP scrolls going back from base to from the fountain to the lane, but they will get themselves a retaliation on Moo. Heavy damage coming in though, and Gunner trying to recapitulate or get at least capitalize on the situation, but just goes down. They finally finished off Taiga. That's just an ES support. They lost so many heroes for this one. Hector's respawned back into the game, but they lost 3.
And 1, probably.
This just might be the 4th, and technically this could be a team wipe as they just finished that Sven kill before. That's technically a team wipe right there.
It is, yeah. They got Earth Spirit and Gyro out of it, though. So, 5-2. Not good.
Yep.
But it is what it is. You take what you can get. And it really was just the Ion Shell that was lingering on Taiga there. And Puck didn't... I don't know if he realized it, or just he had no choice to sit there, but the damage that Ion Shell was pumping out was enough to just kill Gunner.
And those are like those moments from the eyes of a Puck player. You see 3 players clumped up. All my abilities are AoE. I'm squishy, but if I can get my connections with this waning rift, like, oh boy, I'm going to have so much fun killing all these guys. Wait a minute, I'm actually being hit. Guys, help me. Dead. And
help.
Ion Shell was more powerful than Puck's combo.
It was, and it's one of those spells that can be hard to see sometimes visually. But either way, that was really good by Sunlight to apply that Ion Shell to the Earth Spirit before he TP'd into the fight. And now Hector's deciding, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go farm in what we were going to call the safe areas of the map now, because being a bit aggressive, laning it all, just has not worked out for him this game.
And so we go in an almost 5K lead for Wildcard, now showing 4K in the early 12 minutes. Sunlight topping net worth on a Darkseer. So that is still holding. He is absolutely massive indeed. Pipe, Mana Boots, an extra Vitality booster already picked up for Sunlight. What can this man not do? Well, hopefully he'll also lead into a win for the team, because this could have also been a 2-0 for Wildcard when you consider what happened last game.
Yeah, I mean, normally you don't see like a Darkseer be this high net worth, but this is kind of a low net worth game, if you will. You think of the heroes that should be topping the net worth, it'll be like some Gyro with max flak and stats, as you talked about, or some Sven free farming. Sven's been dying a lot. Gyro's been active, so the carries are really... Well, I guess Hector's just more dying than doing anything, but Sammy's just being active and also dying a lot, I suppose. So it kind of just shows you this Darkseer. His progression is good, but it's not like as good as it looks. Put it that way.
Sammy's got some juicy stacks here. Oh, dollar signs on his eyes. Money, 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 money.
Oh, he's going the Maelstrom build.
The Maelstrom into Ags, yep.
Oh. It seems there's two ways people like to play it. Maelstrom or Pistolis.
There's two different types of gyro players as well. You've got the rest of the population and Sammy Boy.
Yep. No, it was one other player was doing it.
There was another, I know. Who was
he ended up winning at the end, but I was also not... I just think I don't like this Maelstrom on gyro. It's just a personal opinion. It's not necessary. I don't think it's bad. I'm just not a fan. So, but it doesn't really matter. It's his choice. I'm just glad he is going for the Ags. After we're seeing a lot of players get a transition item into Ags.
Mr. V-Tune on bait. 1 week against Wildcard in game number 2 with that gyrocopter, but they've got themselves the AA blast onto Taiga. He's taking a lot of hate. Actually stuns RCY in the river too. But Moo, I think he's a little bit too deep right now. Husky swapped his ally who was already dead. He's gonna die himself as well thanks to that swap, and Moo will live.
Yep. Good little fight there for Nouns, much needed as they are down 4,000 gold into this game. It was 5. Get a little bit of a comeback there. As Sammy Boy is keeping the net worth relatively even as they get both bounty runes and hitting up the jungle camps.
Sunlight's also working on a Crimson Guard right now, so a lot of extra auras in the way of their team.
Is that the play? Not sure.
Trying to locate Moo and his farming patterns. There's also a puck in the area, which they don't find. They will find Moo. Killing the Primal Beast this early on is very hurtful for Moo. Don't want to die too early on this Primal Beast, because then you feel like you hit a slump and you're not doing too much for the team. You need a lot of items on this hero. At least until the point where you get like BKB, you have more freedom. But every time you kill him before that, he's just an easy catch.
Yeah. And he is getting relatively close to that BKB, though. But deaths like that definitely slow it down and hurt him a lot, because they have tons of ways to cancel Pulverize right now. I guess they'll always have a way with the swap. So, you do have that. And that's kind of why Venge is so popular right now, just because she all of a sudden is a strong laner, but she is still Venge. She's always going to be a save.
3-man smoke coming out from Wildcard. Taiga, Husky with Sunlight. 3-4-5, looking for a 2. Gunner in the low ground. Couldn't quite spot him there in time. Amson also hiding in the safety of that tier 2 tower. Maybe they go triangle. No smoke left though. Nobody's showing up in mid either, so it looks like this smoke's going to be a bit of a miss.
I wonder what...
He's going to walk back in though. Can they do it, the 3 of them? Do they have enough damage? Oh, trying to go for the swap, but the vision lost there. There's the swap. It does connect. They've got the wall there. The kick's coming in. RCY. He's the diplomacy piece that they needed.
Yeah, I thought it was just those 3, but with RCY coming in there with the combination, barely enough damage, by the way. Because like you don't want to dive a tier 2 because your team could respond. I like how Nouns didn't respond to that though, because that would have just made things worse. As Lelis does have a blink, Moo is going to want to farm his BKB. These are going to be big timings. And then, of course, the BKB on Hector. As Hector actually bought out. So he bought the Ogre Club, which means it's going to delay his BKB even more instead of just disassembling that Echo. I definitely feel like this is one of those games where you probably want to disassemble the Echo to have that BKB ASAP. But he decided he's just going to buy out before he dies to just save the gold.
He did this the same way the last time he was playing.
But he was winning.
Well. But he was winning, and he was so much more fun. But he's still doing it. It could be a player preference thing.
Could be. I mean, Dota's always about timings, right? And like, if you don't need to do it, you shouldn't do it because it slows down your farming. However, some games are just like this, where you're losing, you feel like you can't get anywhere. You just need that BKB as soon as possible, just so you can join fights or just potentially not die. And he's going to slow it down. So now he's got the long road here to get to the BKB recipe. Probably won't take too long, but...
Taiga's on the hunt again. He recognizes AA is around the area. Perfect catch right on top of the money. And there goes Yamson. Husky will pick up the kill, but RCY with a heavy lifting damage. Taiga's been so good. Like, this really shows the experience he's accumulated in the West European Division 1 and all the majors he's been playing in, all the TIs in the past. He gets a hint of a support player being around the area, and he also lands his abilities. It's just a, you know.
I also just enjoy the fact that, okay, Gunner, does he get one shot with this combo? I guess not, as he knows teammates are nearby. But what I was going to say, as Roshan dies here, is that I'm enjoying watching Taiga get freedom again. Let's put it that way. When he played on OG, it always felt like, you know, Seb was standing in, or all of a sudden he just had to play some 5 position. And he never got, he was really restricted. He never got to just be free and be able to like be the superstar that he wanted to be. He just kind of like, you got just, here's your job. You have to make these pieces of puzzle work. You can't really just play your game. And now he's in a team where he's playing North America on Wildcard Gaming. He probably feels like he's the superstar of the team, and he gets to play the way he wants to play. And that's nice to see.
It certainly is, and he's been thriving. Both of these 2 games, Taiga, just some fantastic gameplay knowledge. Great reactions. That last game with the Treant Protectors, some crazy overgrowths. Let's see what they can do with this now. 20 minutes on the clock. Sammy Boy with the D ward. Husky's ward, so Husky still gets the money for it. Quick reveal in the mid lane for Gunner. Has to blink out before RCY gets the jump on him. And can steal a Tormentor. Oh, AA Blast though. Uh-oh.
That's fine.
Looks like it is. You know, Crimson Guard versus Tormentor seems to soak up plenty of that damage. Yeah, if they have more heroes, maybe... I mean, it does feel like it, because every time I've played like an offlane hero and I build Crimson Guard and we go Tormentor, it just feels like it's soaking up almost all the damage.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that Crimson works on Tormentor.
I honestly don't know it that well how it works, but maybe it's a placebo effect. Maybe there just is some truth to it that Crimson Guard makes Roshan hell easier. Uh-oh. Well,
the truth is Sunlight.
They got the Wisdom Rune, but Sunlight, his first death is imminent. Finger ready onto him by Lelis. And they're actually not killing him with these 2 supports. They need to bring Boo back.
Hello, guys.
Oh, he's surging away. He's going to escape. I don't think he is. Lelis has the stun ready. And here comes Moo. He's going to finish him off. Pulverize.
Yeah, the supports are like, hey, guys, he's got a pipe and a Crimson. There's no way 2 supports are going to kill us. You're already moving on to the next target with Gunner and Moo.
You sent the guys away with the baseball bats, and you got your, you know, broken fists left. Guys, go. Where are you going? It's like, I need help here. I'm walking here. Ice Blast. Looking to connect onto Samson's. Will connect. Glimmer Cape is there. Swap save from Husky. He's got the shard stun.
Oh, yeah.
Both Lelis and K1.
Thank you, Tormentor.
Oh, Gunner coming in from the side, though. Does get the coil. Hector also wanted to take fight. And he hasn't been participating until now. There's still the Aegis of Sammy Boy. Gunner taking some big hits here. Husky's already down. Here comes the Roland from Taiga. Almost connecting onto Hector. Still in the chase here. Has a BKB. It looks like this fight's pretty much done for here. They will only lose the Venge. For that, they also lost Sunlight with that Darkseer, but he's already back up and farming the jungle.
Oh, I like this build from RCY. Normally we just see a Tiny go BKB or something and not do much, but he's going for the Shadow Blade.
Nope,
probably into the Silver Edge. Going, no! He changed it.
He changed it just as
I no longer like the build.
Caster Curse right there.
And this is the safe build, but this is the build I see fall off the most. But so far, RCY has not fell off or has not even died in this particular game.
RCY did not have a Blink Dagger. Now Sammy's in trouble. Gonna get hit by the Ice Blast. Trying to stand his ground, but he knows he's dead. Aegis is out. Moo. BKB running out. Oh, Taiga gets the timing on him. Rolls and breaks that TP. Moo goes down. It's still an Aegis down, nevertheless. The Wildcard will get a kill for it, and that tier 2. They were setting
Sammy
up for
wanted to
killing
lose
Moo.
anyway. Well, they use Ice Blast, BKB, and they're going to get the tier 2. So these things matter. Like, in the past, I would say the getting tier 2s didn't matter at all. And because of just how the map is. But now that the outposts are in the triangle, the enemy triangle, it kind of is nice to take. You know, it's even better to take is enemy high ground. This is kind of unnecessary, but they're going to force heroes back. It is fine. And go back to farming. A little bit of structural damage, I suppose.
Previous game experience really telling them to be a bit more careful with these high ground pushes. I'm pretty sure that's still haunting in their minds a little bit, so they recognize out.
I mean, these traditional objectives are just so meaningless nowadays. It's like killing towers, killing barracks even are just like, they don't mean that much in Dota right now, because you can be down with a couple barracks. I mean, that's how you lose the game, honestly, in most of these games.
It does feel like it, right? You kill the throne, you die, and you lose.
You really just want to kill heroes, track buybacks, get Roshans. It's mainly about killing heroes and getting objectives. There are some games where high ground is doable, but it should be obvious if it's high groundable. If you have to even think about, is it good to go high ground, the answer is probably no. It's just simple as that, I think.
Well, let's see what they can do with this. RCY gifted the shard. Infinite tree.
Infinite tree. The magical tree.
The magical tree, yeah. Feels like some kind of world tree that he's carrying in his hand. I feel like sometimes when you see like the traditional, just, you know, the traditional tree grab, and then you have all these cosmetics, you feel like this is big fireball that this tree has or something like that. Should give like at least plus 50 damage on the cosmetic, right?
The cosmetic?
Okay, I'm alone with this opinion.
Cosmetics should give effects now, huh? Okay. I don't know if I'm down for this.
Yeah, probably the best way that never changes, you know? Cosmetics are cosmetics. But it does give you that feel, right? Like that's a big burning tree versus, oh, you got yourself like a brand.
Yeah, in the Dota store, you can purchase the fireball tree to add burning effect to your right-click says tiny.
Oh, that's a tier 2 down, and they're looking at the high ground position. No Aegis, and they will force nouns to return back to their base. Glyph already burnt. Wildcard, they're happy with what they have achieved. They have returned home. Time to go out.
Time to go back. And when is Hector's time to join this game? As he went for a Silver Edge. No blink. But Silver Edge. And there's really nothing of value to break this game. So
this surprise element is what it's all about. But Blink is also a surprise element, so which one does he value more? Lela's already going for the early Hex here. Look at that wall! Going on to 3, but they've got Tiger. They will also take down Lela's. Moo, he does get the pulverize. Sammy might be controlled. Gunner in the backline. Moo, he's trying to go for the TP out. He's already given everything he can. And now Hector, he's all by himself. Sven needs some help. Ice Blast is coming in, but it was only connecting onto RCY and onto Sunlight. Samson still on the chase here. Tree will connect. 200 HP. Rocket is on its way. Even a toss coming out.
Oh,
he
no,
should not live. The rocket destroyed. Anti-air working out inside the base of Nouns, but they will come at the cost of Moo's life. Hector survives, and the team sacrifices themselves for him to escape. And that tier 3 tower still staying up. Sammy Boyles Hector, he does not have a God Strength available. Round number 2, and again, he's just getting trampled and pummeled and hammered. And he's down. Gunner on the left.
Trying to get the puck.
For the time being, Tiger trying to get the connection there. Trying to time it perfectly, but Gunner able to get out.
And that should be a barrack series. You don't have your BKBs available for Primal. Ice Blast. Oh, we talked about the Midas on AA. Just playing that way. He's got one. Interesting. But that'll be just a melee and a glyph. Can keep note of that. Once again, I wouldn't force that objective. There's really no point to it. You don't have to. Wait for your cooldowns. I mean, Sunlight is just such an issue in these fights. These vacuum walls with the Crimson Pipe and Mech, just buying all the auras for his team here. Just allowing his team to continue to take these engagements. Compared to like Moo on his Primal Beast, like he tried onslaughting into that fight, but immediately got vacuumed out of it. So put in a position he didn't really want to be there. And then Hector, of course, like, who's he connecting with? He has a Silver Edge instead of a Blink Dagger, so it's harder for him to take the team fights right now. If he had a blink, team fights would be easier. He wants to play like the split push
and
game.
Moo goes straight in, but RCY interrupting them with the avalanche. Pulverize comes through. Coil onto 2. Hector gets 1. Looking for RCY. And talk to you about this man. He has not died again. Last game, it took him 49 minutes to kill RCY. Now he's 30 minutes in, still, well, almost 30 minutes in, still unkilled. Wants to keep it that way as long as possible. Lillis going in as the smokes are popping. Gyrocopter in the front, swap from Husky. Stun connecting onto Moo. They've got the wall placed down. Yamson's going to be dropping Hector, hammering down Husky. Takes down 1, but he's again chased by the rest of Wildcard. Hector fighting back. Man fighting 1v3. Not enough.
It's rough.
Life taken away. Hunter still thinking about the backline snipe here, but looks like they're going to be too far away.
I can definitely see why RCY won't die in this game.
Oh, he got it.
As he has been a beast.
Yeah.
Honestly, he is fitting in so well with this team right now. I was going to question his maybe potential mid-late game decision-making, but he's not dying. He's winning his lanes. He's not feeding it away. He's scaling. But he's also not being overly greedy, too. He's being in the right places. Very impressive so far. As Laylis from the grave calls that Roshan's being done, and he's definitely right. As Roshan is trying to make it over the gate, but he might just die before he can do it.
Untraditional spot for Roche to die, but hey, if it works, it works.
And it definitely worked.
Aegis and Cheese recovered. That will be Sammy Boy with a second life, and RCY, if he already wasn't invulnerable or immortal, he might be again. Taiga, Moo just rolled himself in, and so did Taiga, but now Moo, 1000 HP, BKB once again, does get hit by the roll. Gets body blocked a bit there by Taiga, rocket flying, and that rocket's definitely going to stun him up if RCY doesn't intervene first. Sammy Boy gets the kill for it. Backdoor protection is up, but creeps are coming.
There should be potentially 2 sides here. Cheese on Tiny, Aegis on Gyro. Without a doubt here, you can continue to push.
Look at Hector's position.
Where are they going?
Well, like
they're going bottom.
Oh,
they have to go bot.
But they don't have the Primal Beast ready, so I'm not sure if he still has a good position to jump in. Because he doesn't have the blink.
He can't jump in, he has to walk in.
He has to walk in, indeed. Gunner, he finds Husky. They're coming to help him out as well.
Gunner's trying to buy time here.
Blast coming in. It will connect on Husky. He could still try and snipe him here. Glimmer Cape, though, pretty hard to find. And there goes your second lane of Rax. Wildcard. They're in a strong position.
And the issue right now is, and it has been this way for some time now, is you can't fight Wildcard. And it kind of go back to this Darkseer, right? This Darkseer with all these aura items, with all these team fight abilities. And of course, Taiga has been playing so well on the Earth Spirit. The combo has just been there. And you don't have a way of dealing with that. And I think this is a game where Hector just kind of had to do Hector things, but unfortunately was shut down all the way from the laning stage till pretty much the whole game. All you have to do is put 1 sentry down, and then you see this Sven walking in.
See what comes out of this. Hector initiating onto Sammy Boy, wants to get that Aegis out of the way. Swap coming on through, but Husky's the one to tank that one. Ice Blast doesn't connect, and Moo also charged in with no connection, but Gunner continues to be a thorn on their side as much
they
as
baited the wall and everything. So yeah, okay, cool. I think Gunner's like doing a lot of things to kind of force some mistakes out of Wildcard here. Like, they're using all their spells trying to catch this puck. Puck isn't getting caught, making it in a position where Sammy's alone on that high ground there. Getting the force swap out of him, getting the BKB out of the gyrocopter. That's just a win for nouns overall.
How do they reunite? Is the itemization's just been going the wrong way for nouns, or how do they take that next 5v5?
There's no simple way of doing it. Like
I know it's hard.
5v5 wise, I don't think you can do that. I think what Gunner has realized in this game is 5v5 is kind of off the table. And he's just going to play with the back lines and kind of do what they did in that last fight. Just Gunner distract them, and then once they're distracted, they can just go in on Yamsun and K1 to go ahead and try and just kill anything that's in front, which will most likely be the gyro, which also means you probably wait for this Aegis to expire.
Moo just finished a heart on Primal Beast, so he's got 3,500 HP on him now, but it's just BKB heart face boots. No blink.
He's very
Blink.
tanky, though.
Wait, they do have blinks. Lion has blink, Puck has blink, but that's about it.
Yeah. Moo doesn't typically like to build blink when he doesn't have to. And I think his rationale this game is Lion's got one, Puck's got one. But I don't know. I feel like maybe Primal or Sven should potentially have one. But I think they realize they just need to be tankier. So positioning is going to be important. And Sammy decides with this minute left on Aegis, now's the time to go. They're going to go for the high ground.
And Lelis goes in quickly with the stun, but RCY reads this one. The wall on 2, and they've got Lelis down. Hector with his BKB trying to save Gunner's life. Moo pulverize a lot of damage. Husky will drop in the course of that. But Moo's about to die. Hector's down, and this is game.
Yep.
GG, Wildcard, tie it up.
We all knew it was going to happen eventually just because of how competitive these two teams are. And Wildcard kind of showing after game number 1 there that